Salve, and welcome back to week 4 of your Latin journey. We're about halfway through now, and it's absolutely amazing how much you've all managed to learn over the past few weeks. This week, you're going to learn even more about the Roman world and the way in which it worked, moving away from those lovely noble names that you had a chance to look at last week. This week, you're going to meet Julia, who's going to take you on a tour of her domus, which is the Latin word for house, and her oppidum, which is the Latin word for town. Roman houses could be quite different from the houses that you or I might live in. For example, in your living room, do you have a pool to catch rainwater? Well, the Romans did. In their main room, which they called an atrium, they had these pools called an impluvium. Do you lie down on your couch while you eat dinner? The Romans did, in their dining rooms, which they called a triclinium. Here's a fun fact. You might notice when going through Julia's house that there are 3 couches in her triclinium. This is because the word triclinium comes from 2 other words, meaning 3 couches. Once you've left Julia's house, she'll take you around the town and you'll find that there are so many things that you can get up to. You can visit a templum, which is the Latin word for temple, to get some good luck from the gods. You can go on a shopping spree in the macellum, which is the Latin word for market, and you might even be able to visit the taberna, which is sort of like the Roman version of McDonald's. After you've finished with Julia, you'll have a happy reunion with Lucius, who I hope you remember from a few weeks back. He's going to go through the present tense with you. He's going to introduce you to 3 different groups of verbs, A, E, and I verbs, and all the different ways you can transform these verbs to get them to fit to different types of people or different groups of people. You'll even be able to learn some more vocab so you can have a chat about those cows that you met a few weeks back. Then you're going to have a quick recap of the nominative, which marks the subject of a sentence, and the accusative, which marks the object of a sentence, which you should have started to learn last week. On the same topic of nouns, we're also going to introduce you to neuter nouns. Last week you had a look at masculine and feminine nouns. Masculine nouns like equus or feminine nouns like puella. Well, this week we're going to introduce you to a new group of nouns which look a lot like the masculine accusative but are actually a completely different thing. It's quite sneaky how Latin does that. If you have a look back to Julia's house tour, you might find a few neuter nouns there, like atrium or impluvium or triclinium that we talked about earlier. Finally, you guys are so lucky as you now have the chance to put together your own Latin sentences. Don't worry, we haven't left you completely alone. You'll have plenty of help, but you're going to have the chance to use all of the Latin you've learned so far to try and construct a sentence of your own. That's all for this week. We hope you have a good week, and we'll be excited to see you back next time to continue on your Latin journey. Bye! Wale!